Welcome to Thinking Outside the Soil with your host, Johnny Alfalfaseed, where we get to talk story and touch on topics about hydroponics and the farmers who grow the crops and creatures we need to eat. Good morning, and hello from Blooming Health Farms, and thank you for being with us on this gorgeous day. It is the day after a holiday for those of us here in the United States, so happy Tuesday to you. Hopefully you have a wonderful day back at work. If you had the day off yesterday, hopefully today isn't too hungover from eating too much food or drinking too many drinks. I know that can be one of those challenges out there for many of us, or you just got to clean up after maybe hosting a barbecue or something like that. So hopefully today is as lovely as it can be. And as I'm getting back to work, I am thinking about some of the things that we love to do. And one of those things is talk to you and be fun and be silly and come up with clever, silly names. And while Junior and I were washing eggs the other day, I came up with a silly mnemonic, or rather a silly moniker, how we are putting the bloom in blooming health. So I really wanted to talk today about our egg washing process that's helping us stand out a little bit more than those of others out there that are washing eggs or selling organic eggs. You know, when we started selling eggs, I was on this path to adhere to better than organic standards. And along the way, when I became a Class 1 egg dealer and stepped into the arena of becoming a commercial egg producer, I had to adhere to all of those standards, which here in Colorado includes washing our eggs. Now, for those of us out there that are into eggs, we may know that there is a protective coating that is on the eggs when the chicken lays the eggs. And for those of us that may not know and just eat eggs, chickens lay an egg with a protective coating called a bloom. And that bloom, for the most part, protects the inside of the egg from all sorts of the outside environment, from bacteria and the like. And when you wash an egg, specifically if you use an enzymatic or a detergent, you actually remove that bloom. And then here in the United States, that means we expose the inside of that egg to potential pathogens. And in order to reduce that, we put it in cold storage, meaning we refrigerate it because that slows the growth of bacteria. So most of our refrigerators are just above freezing, which is 32 degrees. Between 33 and 41 degrees is the holding temperature advised by the Colorado Department of Agriculture. So today I wanted to talk to you about how we are washing our eggs. I know I've talked about it before, but I just want to give you a simple step-by-step look into our egg washing process that preserves the natural bloom on our organic eggs that are quite amazing. But before I jump into that, please do share with me why you may be listening to this show. Are you interested in learning more about how to be a better farmer using hydroponics? Or are some of the insights about chicken farming really why you stick around? It really helps me to understand how to talk about hydroponics in the perspective that is best for you. So this is our egg washing framework, and it's really just 6 simple steps to wash our eggs and adhere to the standards and then deliver value to our customers out there. So we begin with an initial soak and rinse. I will spritz our eggs with a Dawn detergent and then use a pressurized rinse. We have to use 120 to 130 degree water, which allows us to just remove any of that debris or dirt that's on the eggshell. And that really just keeps all of that major stuff. After that, we dip the eggs in a mild detergent. I like to use Dawn. Thank you, Exxon. And we'll lightly coat the egg in a little bit of that soapy water and scrub it with a scour pad or using our little egg scrubber. Now, a little egg scrubber is pretty cool. We'll talk more about that, but I want to keep it short and simple. So I'll rotate the egg, or one of the kids will rotate the egg in their hand on the scour pad to gently remove all of that dirt or debris, try to get off some of those stains, and we make sure that we do it gently enough to maintain the integrity of the eggshell and also not to crack the eggshell. Now, with our hydroponic fodder, we have really thick eggs, so I encourage those of you to incorporate the hydroponic sprouts if you seem to be crushing a lot of your eggs while you're washing them. Now, after we wash them, we dip them in a dilute bleach solution. It's a 2% bleach solution, and this sanitizes the egg just to make sure that there is nothing on there, and that is done because we are required to, by law, to do a sanitation step. We do that with 120 degree water, and then we will do another quick rinse again in just 120 degree water that is free of any of the bleach. Now, we will set our eggs aside to let them air dry, and this is where our process really stands apart and shines from others. After the eggs are clean, we will take a food grade mineral oil and lightly apply a thin coat back onto the eggshell, and that mimics the original bloom put on by our feathered friends, and it helps seal the pores of the eggshell, keeping out any outside bacteria. And I'm hearing from others that it even preserves the freshness of the egg, specifically from absorbing those refrigerator smells that can get inside some of our refrigerators, right? Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? Well, not in our eggs. I had a guy this past weekend rush up to us before we even got our farmer's market table set up and said, "Do you have any eggs?" And I literally probably jumped like you just did there. And he said, "Your eggs are the best eggs I've ever had. They are so smooth and so buttery, and I'm pretty sure that's because you are feeding them the way that you're feeding them." And I looked at him and I smiled and I said, "Yeah, absolutely." And he goes, "I'll take 5 dozen right now. I eat almost 6 a day." So we are we're excited to see and hear people like that in our world that love our eggs. If you want someone rushing you to try to buy as many eggs as they can eat, head on over to thinkingoutsidethesoil.com and get yourself a copy of my book. It'll help you see how farmers and ranchers are using hydroponics to get amazing livestock products from all of the animals in our agricultural world, but specifically how you can get these amazing eggs. There's a chapter in there that teaches you how to do the simple sprouting process that we are. And of course, there is the chicken crack sprouting blend that is behind all of our success. So head on over to thinkingoutsidethesoil.com and get yourself a copy of that book. It's also available on Amazon in all of the different platforms. Though that is all I have for us today. Thank you for being with me on another episode of Thinking Outside the Soil. Take care and have a lovely day.